Welcome to your AFM Vicenza at the Movies, giving you a look what's happening in the Vicenza community. I'm Specialist Richard Kiesinger. In this week's AFM at the Movies, we learn a quick way to treat skin cancer, take a run with the herd, and sit down with the Medal of Honor recipient. Skin cancer affects more than 2 million people each year in the United States alone. Army Sergeant Tony McCaslin found an organization in Vicenza, Italy that is helping the local clinic make the process of treating it a whole lot quicker.
I started getting all these spots on my hands, just like you see here. It was on my face, but it was bigger, especially here, across my forehead the first time, and across my nose. I had some dark spots.
Sunspots like these aren't necessarily life-threatening, but should be treated if at all possible. Unfortunately, that treatment can take a couple weeks. But the Vicenza Health Clinic now has something new that really speeds up the process.
The patient comes in, we clean the face very well with acetone to completely degrease the face. Then we apply a chemical called aminolevulinic acid.
This chemical is a mild medicine that the doctor says doesn't burn when it's applied. The patient lets the medicine set for approximately 2 hours. Then they hop onto the clinic's new photodynamic therapy machine for 20 minutes.
What ends up happening is it's only 20 minutes long. They wake up the next morning and their face looks and feels like they just used that cream for 2 weeks.
Colonel Maddox has been working on getting this machine into the health center for almost 2 years with almost no luck due to its cost.
I knew I really wanted this machine from the get-go, so I submitted the SEEP request, and everything at that point in time they just weren't considering because of the financial situation.
That's where the local VFW stepped in. The veterans got together and raised the money to supply this important machine to the Vicenza clinic.
We decided that why can't we procure this machine? So after a lot of administrative discussions, it was discovered that we can do this, and Dr. Maddox helped us procure the machine.
VFW members are experiencing firsthand the benefits of the new addition to the clinic. But that was only part of what made the machine's purchase worth the time and effort.
So it's real nice to be able to be a part of a team that can purchase something like this that not only helps the military, but you have spouses, you have civilians, so it helps the whole community.
What used to take weeks can now be done in a matter of hours, all thanks to the local VFW. So Vicenza residents can stop seeing spots and start seeing more healthy skin. Army Sergeant Tony McCaslin,
Vicenza, Italy. This photodynamic therapy machine can be used for a variety of things, ranging from acne to skin cancer. Vicenza's 173rd Infantry Brigade Combat Team held a run in memory of the largest amount of fallen sky soldiers recorded on November 8, 1965 during Operation Hump. I go down to Del Din to see how they're remembering their fallen.
The running of the herd is a way for 173rd to remember those who were lost during Operation Hump.
The running of the herd is a team-based running event. There's also an individual race, but collectively it's still all about everyone getting on the track at the same time. Our teams that are going in are made up of 7 people. They each run at least 2 laps, although you can run more depending on how tired your team may be. And then you run for 12 hours straight.
This year, the running of the herd was held during Bayonet Week, which allowed all the units to come together.
Just bringing everybody down here and letting everybody be at one location. One, that's bringing them down from Germany, and 2, bringing them from Customer Ederle all over here to Del Din. And so just participating in the event as a whole, whether that was your team was mixed with other units or you're just running as individuals against them, just trying to compete and see who can run the most laps. That kind of brought everybody together to unify.
This was 173rd's 8th annual Running of the Herd. Specialist Richard Kiesinger, Vicenza, Italy.
There were heavy losses on both sides. 48 paratroopers of the 173rd Infantry Brigade Combat Team died that day, and many more were wounded. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we take a moment to sit down with the Medal of Honor recipient.
United States Army Africa recently conducted U.S. Africa Command's Exercise Western Accord 14 in Senegal. The exercise is designed to increase the capacity of the economic community of West African states to support regional peace operations. Training focused on developing the ability to utilize a rapid deployment force in response to a regional crisis. Western Accord 14 is a key part of a broader series of exercises that demonstrate the strong partnership between the United States and regional African partners.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, Commanding General of NATO's Allied Land Command in Izmir, Turkey. Land Command is a leading advocate for soldiers and land forces within NATO, responsible for ensuring their effectiveness and interoperability amongst the 28 nations of the alliance. Being forward stationed in Europe is the key to building trust and lasting relations with our allies. To the friends and families of U.S. soldiers serving in NATO and Europe, far from their homes, thank you for your service.
Come on, baby, get it, get it! Bite that thing!
There's work to be done, and where's the ATO? Fishing. Jesse, have you forgot about tarp?
No, I caught one just a minute ago. Big, ugly thing, thick lips, carp.
No, not what you see in the mirror every morning. Not carp, tarp.
Tarp? Yeah, I got a tarp. It's at the house. I throw it over stuff to keep it dry. Tarp.
No, TARP, Threat Awareness Reporting Program. It's what the Army has in place to teach us about counterintelligence and insider threat indicators.
Counterintelligence, huh? That sounds like some pretty important stuff.
It is. In fact, the Army has made it an annual training requirement. That's why we're putting on training 4 to 5 August at the Post Theater.
No, at the Post Theater?
Yeah, not only will there be 2 days, but there'll be 2 times, 0900 to 1100 and 1330 to 1530.
Why 4 times?
So everyone can fit it in their schedule.
Oh, everybody ought to know, so everybody ought to go.
Now you got it.
See you there.
Welcome back. It's not every day soldiers sit down with the Medal of Honor recipient. Army Sergeant Kevin Martin was there to capture the moment.
The training at the time, it's hard, but it's cool to always see yourself like pushing to the edge and seeing how far you can go.
Summer of 2008 showcased one of the fiercest battles to take place in Afghanistan, the Battle of Wanat, a fight that Medal of Honor recipient Staff Sergeant Ryan Pitts found himself fighting alone.
At that time, I didn't know that I was by myself. It wasn't until it sounded like there wasn't any fire coming out of the OP, and so I crawled around and realized that I was by myself.
Despite being called a hero and told his actions won the battle, Staff Sergeant Pitts believes the true heroes were his 9 brothers that fell on the battlefield that day.
A lot of those guys did stuff that saved my life and saved the lives of a lot of other guys out there. And for me, this award belongs to us, not me.
Staff Sergeant Pitts returned to Italy to share his story, not so people would remember him, but so that the legacy of the soldiers of Chosen Company will live on in the battle cry of every future 173rd soldier. Army Sergeant Kevin Martin, Vicenza, Italy.
Talking to soldiers or other people that serve.
After transitioning out of the Army, Staff Sergeant Pitts moved to Nashua, New Hampshire, where he works in business development for a software company. He is married and has a 1-year-old son named Lucas. You can view that plus all of our other stories, so be sure and check it out on our YouTube page at youtube.com/AFM-Vicenza. That does it for this week's AFM Vicenza at the Movies. I'm Specialist Richard Kiesinger. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show. Now please rise for the playing of the National Anthem.